Hey, this is Caesar with Small Engine Velocity again, coming at you with another top 5. This is a top 5 that is probably also commonly asked questions and comments made on the YouTube videos for the Honda Ruckus. Today's top 5 is 5 things to expect when you own a Honda Ruckus. Now, these aren't things that I came up with. These are things that come up in the comments. These are things that I've outsourced to subscribers, asking them, hey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And this is kind of an amalgamation of all those things. So here we go with number 5. The 5th thing that you will have to expect when you have a Honda Ruckus is that you will always toil between either having a Get motor, the stock 49cc motor, or switching to a GY6 Chinese 150cc motor. Now, not to say that those people didn't toil at one time that are hardcore Get people or hardcore GY6 people, but there's going to be a point where you're going to try to decide if 49cc is enough or if you want to do 150cc. The purists of the Get motor say let's keep it all Honda, and then the others who want a GY6 are like, well, I want to go faster. The Get people say that the GY6 people are the same thing as a Chuckus, which is basically a Ruckus clone. And then the GY6 people are saying that the 49cc isn't enough. Now, that's debatable. It's up to you. It depends on where you live. I have a whole video for that one right there as to whether or not it's good for you. But that is number 5. The 4th thing to expect whenever you own a Honda Ruckus is that people never see you on the road. They could be staring at you dead in your eye or looking at you. Well, you think you're looking at you, but they're looking through you and completely not see you. Not to say that that's not the same thing with motorcycles or anything like that, but it seems like if you have a lowered Honda Ruckus, like no one ever sees you. It's funny when you pull up next to a car or even a big truck, and you can't even see the person's head when you're sitting right next to them because you're so low to the ground, which is expected them not to be able to see you. But for safety concerns, expect that no one can see you and drive accordingly. But that's the 4th thing that you should expect whenever you own a Honda Ruckus. The 3rd thing that you should expect is that you will always want to go faster. GY6 or a Get motor, you will always want to go faster. So that's where the tuning comes in. But I don't know a single person who hasn't posted on the Honda Ruckus group or in the forums asking, hey, I weigh 200 pounds. What's the cheapest way to get myself to 40, 45 miles per hour? It's like a repeating question over and over and over again. Not to say that, hey, don't ask questions to people in the Honda Ruckus groups, but it starts to get repetitive after a while. But there are a few people out there like Christopher and a few other people like Texas Get / Buzzy who continue to answer these questions over and over and over again. And while we're on that subject, number 2, the modding will never end. You will always... okay, maybe this is for me, but it's like I get to the point where I think it's good enough and it looks the way I want it to look, but then I keep pushing for more. Like when I had my 6.5-inch stretch with my regular skinny tire and my floorboards and everything, I thought that was great. And now look at it. It's not even remotely close to what it was before. But the modding will never end, or at least in your mind there will always be something that you want to do next. I haven't met a person yet who doesn't know or hasn't come to the realization yet that there is no end. It's like playing World of Warcraft or something like that. There's no end. You're just going to keep going and going and going, and the only way to stop is to get out of the game and stop with the Honda Ruckus altogether. The number one thing to expect when you ride or own a Honda Ruckus is whenever you're riding around, someone is going to roll down their window and ask you two questions. They're going to ask you, one, what is that? And then two, they're going to ask you, hey, how fast does that go? There's some times where I feel like that I should have like little business cards printed out and a little holder in the front of my Honda Ruckus. And then whenever someone asks these questions, I just pull one out and then just like reach over and hand it to them and say, here you go, here's all the frequently asked questions about the Honda Ruckus. The hard part about asking that question is sometimes you'll also get in that same line of questioning whenever they open the window is, how much does that thing cost? And you kind of want to, no one I know knows the total of how much money they've put into their Honda Ruckus. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people don't know how much money they put in their Honda Ruckus, and I don't even know how much I've spent on the thing so far. But I always toil with, do I want to tell them how much I found it on Craigslist for, or do I want to tell them the total of how much I got on Craigslist plus all the mods and time that I've spent modding this thing? I hope you guys enjoyed. I like to make these top fives. I don't make a whole lot of them. I make about maybe 4 or 5 a year. This is my second one for this year. So if you have any ideas for a top 5 on anything that you've seen me make before, please let me know in the comments below. Also, if you have any questions about the things that I just said, or if you have any additions that you want to make to what I just said as far as the top 5 things to expect whenever you have a Honda Ruckus, please let me know. I am all for conversation below. Anyways, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.